This pair of Christian Dior fashion designer sunglasses I actually found at an auction stuffed into the drawer of a little cabinet that I wanted. And when I saw there was probably 6 or 7 pairs of fashion designer sunglasses in there, and when I saw those in there and I had to kind of jimmy the drawer open because the handles were missing, I decided I'd bid up for it if the bidding got over $20, which it did not. I got the cabinet and all the sunglasses for $20. And now this pair of Christian Dior just sold for $85. Company came while I'm packing. I just bought these Bose 301 Series 4 speakers last week at a garage sale. There was some paint splatter on them, and I got them for $10. And took a little cleanup, tested them out, and I got a best offer of $125 10 minutes after listing them for $179. And I was about to counter with $150 when another offer came in for $150, so they sold within just minutes of listing. This is a remote control for a Panasonic CD stereo system. This is the last one of the half a dozen remotes that I put up for sale about a month ago. All sold. Time to put some more up. This one went for $17, and it's going to France. These are, oh, I can't even pronounce it. I won't even try. But you've all seen this brand. Made in Texas, originally in San Antonio. And this is a vintage pair that looked to be unworn. And I found these sort of a outdoor junk antique kind of sale going on in a parking lot, sort of that hillbilly repurposed stuff. But these were for sale. They wanted $50 for them, but I kept talking to them about them, and finally she just said make an offer, and I said how about $10, and she took it. And I put them up for sale for $150. Took a couple weeks, but pretty good profit on that one. This is a cargo cover, and I found it at a thrift store. Usually I probably wouldn't have looked twice at it, but I wanted to check to see if it was an uncommon one. And sure enough, it's for a Land Rover. You can make it out there. And it was just $2, and it was in real good condition, so I just brought it home, looked it up, and boy, they get some good money. I priced it at $100, and the next day I got an offer of $60, and I bumped them up to $75, and they bought it. This is the Artist Poquade box, or paint box, that I sold the palette out of. Somebody had messaged me and asked if they could buy just the palette, that they'd pay the price that I was asking for both, just to save on the shipping, because that's all they wanted. And so I sold that to them for $40 and just relisted this without the palette. And now this is sold for $40 as well. These are two 8-tracks. They're still sealed. One is a Loretta Lynn, and the other one is the original motion picture soundtrack of A Coal Miner's Daughter. I paired them together for obvious reasons. And these I found at a sort of a flea market basement of an antique store. And they were just a dime a piece. Still new. And Columbia House, they're probably part of one of those select 8 tapes for 11 cents and then your Ours for Life clubs that they used to have, advertising in the back of magazines and stuff. Because I found quite a few of these Columbia House that are sealed up like this. And these two sold for $20. This little bendy Pink Panther with a top hat was in a box lot. I just thought, well, I'll put it up for sale. Somebody bought it, 20 bucks. This is a tabletop AM/FM radio made by Sharp. It's got a nice wood case. A little bit of a blemish there that I couldn't do anything about, but I picked this up for a couple dollars at a garage sale, and it sold for $60. and it's going to China. This is a Kansas City Royals World Champ hat from 1985. I found this over the weekend for 50 cents. I put it up yesterday and it sold within a few hours for what I was asking, $30, which is a little bit higher than I've seen one sell for or is for sale currently. So I didn't expect that to happen, but it's in very good condition. I obtained this GE Wildcat record player in Harvest Gold from a garage sale where there was just some albums on a table, and so I do what I normally do. I ask, do you have anything to play these on? He said he had sold his record player, but he had this little one. We went on the other side of the garage and dug this thing out. It was all dusty, but he said it worked, and I could have it for $5. Brought it home, and it did take a little work. I had to take the turntable apart and clean it and re-lube it, but got it working just perfect, and it sold for $140. This is a custom model kit for a 62 Ford pickup, and it's made by the Time Machine Resin Company, which is a guy who just makes bodies, automobile and truck bodies out of resin, and then you have to buy a kit of another type, and he tells you which kind it is, and so you buy that kit and then you can put together this unavailable 62 Ford pickup truck. All this I just learned from researching it. This guy actually sells online. He produces these into small batches, and at this time there wasn't one available. So I priced it at $100, and it took a couple of weeks, but it did sell. This is a pair of tweeters out of Pioneer HPM 100 speakers, which are very highly sought after. Actually, I sold a pair of HPM 100s in very good condition for about $1,000 last year. And then I found a pair sitting on the curb in just very bad cabinets, so I parted them out, and these are the last two pieces out of all the components to sell, and they sold for $80 a piece. And a guy didn't use the I had them listed separately, and he didn't use his shopping cart, so he paid double shipping. I'll probably do a refund because I can pack these together probably for the same cost as shipping one of them. But again, these were free in some bad cabinets on the side of the road, and they sold for $80 a piece.